Hello, I'm very excited about this post because it's a part two of my last post. Many people wrote that they wanted me to clarify what I meant by the statement, hijacking spirituality. And it's a great question, and it's something to really investigate in oneself. Nobody can tell you about it. It's something you feel, you know. It's something you have a desire to investigate or not. And so here I go. I'll try to keep it short. And spirituality is often used as in how to get the love of my life, how to not be ill, how to create, right? I'll create your reality. How to find my purpose. I know I have a divine, extraordinary purpose. I cannot simply be a teacher or a mother. It must be special, whatever special means up here. So spirituality has become in how-to in the world a lot. And it's something that's sneaky and that is very understandable, and something you have to remain quite vigilant not to fall into the trap. Example, for me it was illness. My body has been challenged many times. It took me forever to understand how it responds to inner ambience, how I am reacting to the world, how flexible I am, resilient I am, if my reaction is big, what I'm surrounded by. It will talk to me very physically. And if I ignore it, it just gets more and more and more. The thing is, I didn't know. And when I started having an inkling of understanding, I refused to believe it, and on it went. And then, once I kind of started getting it, I thought if I did all these things, that of course I would create health. And it's, at least in my experience, being spiritual does not immune you from being human, from living on earth, and from living certain appearance of laws and rules of what it's like to be on earth. Most of us will die, most of us will age, most of us will lose a loved one, most of us will have illnesses, some great, some not so great, some chronic, accidents, on and on it goes. We are human, and so utilizing spirituality, trying to avoid the inevitable, is an easy trap to fall into. I did, and I have to stay quite vigilant to remember the truth of why the cultivation of the truthfulness and the strength of my spirit in my life is what I'm interested in, what I'm investigating all the time, what I'm getting more courageous about, because contrary to movies and how it's being portrayed, following and surrendering to spirit is not glamorous in the way we think of it. It does bring incredible gifts, allows you to live the events that will come to us all in a very different way. Less fight, less opposition, less judgment, more peace, more love for ourselves and others, and on and on. But even those things sounds fantastic, right? But living them is very different than having a movie about them. So we have all these books of how to forgive and how to find your soulmate and how to find your purpose. Louise Hay, wonderful book, how we utilize it, what we think of it, and how we try to avoid life and criticize all that does happen in the name of, but I'm doing the right thing. I'm spiritual in this way or that way, whatever you chose, whatever works for you. So I think it's an easy trap to fall into, to think that spirit, God, life is there to cater to everything you decided you deserve, need, and must have. And if you can't create that specific reality, then you're doing something wrong in terms of spirituality, like a how-to book. I did the step 1 to 10. I should be there right now. What's wrong with me? Thinking that if you're vegetarian or vegan, that somehow you're more spiritual than others. Somehow that will elevate you just a little bit more than the guy who eats gluten and meat, right? Nowadays, that one is very, very hip, very easy to fall into. Am I saying that it's bad to be vegetarian? I was a vegetarian for 30 years, vegan for at least 20 something years out of that 30 years. So, of course, I'm not saying that. But those are intellectual traps that are very appealing and keeps that the power of a position in ourselves and with others, hierarchy within ourselves and others, criticism, judgment based upon the outside conditioning us, our own inner conditioning, instead of a really loving, objective look at things. That's what I meant by our spirit sometimes are being used in the name of love, God, Buddha, meditation, yoga, how we eat, what we wear, on and on. I don't think that's true. And I believe that it's independent of all these things that we can manipulate. That once you have an experience, a very deeply personal, powerful experience, you simply can't pretend it's not there. It puts you in touch with that which is eternal in you, that place that I can't express well, that once you get in touch with it, it is so pleasant. I'm not sure if it's the right word, but it is so pleasant, so lovely, so peaceful, so big, so bright. You feel so strong, so calm. You feel so present. You are your purpose, and you feel absolutely in your purpose right here, right now. And it's a taste that you'll never forget. At least I couldn't. And it brings you in deeper and deeper. And it must create in us courageous curiosity for the world within, which is really nothing like what the world without at times is trying to explain to us or sell us. It does not come with an how-to. And I really needed to express that. And I'm not immune to any of this that I've just discussed. I'm simply in it with you all. And I wanted to express it, share it, and certainly clarify what I meant by we are using spirituality in order to gain, attain, and become somebody in the world. I hope that made sense with you. Thank you for listening.